We have time on our hands, and we're looking for a better way to spend it.
And we would like to explore some possibilities of what we can do when we're done working.
That's why we came tonight, to see what, all we know really is like the full-time option.
For us, or for me, it would have to be that we would need to be in state or in the country because of health reasons.
Knowing what kind of mission to go on. Not really sure what we want to do.
When can I go? So once I find that out, then I'm good to go.
At least a couple of hundred people are inside the San Diego chapel tonight to get their questions answered about senior missionary service. Of course, some have concerns, but many of those worries might be unfounded. So first, let's check the facts.
You'll be away from family. Will you have to miss everything?
We just sort of feel like Skype was invented for grandkids.
We've been at our grandson's baptism through Skype.
True or false? Are senior missionaries today required to tract and knock on doors?
They really are not what we might call proselyting missionaries. We don't send them out on the street to find people.
What about maintaining the same rigorous schedule as young missionaries?
No, but you learn a lot from watching the younger missionaries, so you try to do the same things. You're just a little more flexible in how you go about it.
Do you get any choice as to how and where you serve?
And if adventure and long days and doing battle with critters someplace in the world is not for you, pick something else. That's all right.
But aren't there already enough senior missionaries serving?
If you could see what I do here every day, it's answer calls from mission presidents who say, "Can't you get me more couples?"
Leaders of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints say they need more senior missionaries, a lot more.
On the full-time side, there are thousands and thousands of unmet or unfulfilled service senior missionary assignments that are available right now. A similar number are available on the church service side as well. Your talents, your expertise, and the life of experience that you've had are needed by the Lord and by the church now in a variety of different options.
Al and Krista Azad agree. They work with senior missionary support several hours weekly, but still have full-time jobs and children at home.
We just are ourselves, and we're willing to serve. We're bringing to the church the stuff that we do for the rest of our businesses.
Krista is a consultant, and Al is in the audiovisual industry.
She is very sharp and just can think quickly on her feet, and it's just a lot of fun.
It's not always easy, but they love working together as missionaries.
So whether we're giving suggestions on how to better reach current senior missionaries or potential ones, we tend to think similarly.
I don't know if I can be so bold to say consecrate our time, but that's what we're doing. And in the process of doing that, our relationship's been really blessed.
The Azads help spread the word about the church's new website, seniormissionary.lds.org.
We hope that the experience is an interactive, a fun one really, for them to come in and engage with the site, sharing with the church their interests and their preferences and learning about what's currently available.
You'll share your medical health history, your availability, desired length of service, and what you'd like to do.
From there, they select a handful of these assignments and in essence reserve them or hold them in a section called My Opportunities. At the end of the process, they're then able to go back to that section, not unlike online shopping perhaps, identify those options and then submit them to their bishop and stake president.
You can also see which areas have the greatest missionary needs.
They don't have to remodel any of their skill sets. They just need to be themselves and be willing to serve.
And there are all sorts of ways to serve a mission.
We try to describe what it's like to serve as a senior missionary, and we have a number of vignettes so they can watch all of these options.
David and Laura Lee Wilkie found fun and adventure in New Zealand.
And so they said, oh yes, we love to cliff dive.
Working with young single adults and teaching institute classes.
That video was only the first level of 3 levels that they jumped off of, so it was amazing.
We worked a lot on activation of young single adults. So we went to a lot of young single adult activities and their Sunday school classes.
The Wilkies served as mission president and companion prior to that, so they know the value of senior missionaries.
Missions aren't designed to be easy, even for senior couples. But we found that if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
But that's the reality of life. But the difference is, you know the Savior.
So where can senior missionaries serve, and how do they use their life skills? We head west to find out.
I'm Elder Sayer,
And I'm Sister Sayer.
and we serve military relations in San Diego, California.
San Diego, California, the city that draws people who love gorgeous weather, culture, and the beautiful blue water.
They have a lot of experience in the church.
They're a stabilizing force.
It's also home to the California San Diego Mission,
I've never met a senior couple in our mission that was disappointed with their call. Never.
a place where there's so much variety in senior missionary service.
Yes, and they're a tremendous asset. And they help us with our young missionaries too. They're quick to volunteer and help us with things with them.
Gary and Carol Kuski run Camp Wildwood Ranch, a church-owned girls' camp not far from the city.
And originally we thought we'd do all the states and then decide on where we were going to go.
The pair traveled to 38 states in their RV and loved life on the road, but they jumped when the call came to manage this heavenly retreat.
We encircle our arms about them and bring that spirit of love that is already here into their lives and lifting them up.
Elder and Sister Kuski brought in 3 other full-time senior couples to help, with more coming for the summer.
Well, in order to facilitate all the activities and bring the spirituality into it, instead of it just being a fun game or an activity or whatever, a service project, you need missionaries in order to facilitate those kind of things.
From the beginning, we always said we wanted to go on a mission because we didn't get to go before because we weren't members.
We had talked about it for years, maybe 5 or longer, probably 10 years. This mission is not 40 hours a week.
But I would not trade this mission.
Oh, it's been terrific.
They do landscaping, repairs, cleaning, care for the pool, and more.
It's a lot of hard work.
Physical
work. The youth are amazing. We get to do a lot of the team building where they actually have different scenarios, and at the end they reflect and we try to put it into everyday life.
I think one of the best things is the spirit.
Once Sister Frost retired, they decided to serve for 18 months.
We thought working would be better than having to proselyte.
We love being missionaries. We do. It's a great opportunity.
San Diego is also home to many full-time military, and the Sayers and Johnsons are here to help the servicemen and women who protect our country.
I was in the military for a total of 41 years. After I come back from Afghanistan, I had a back surgery. I was concerned about, will I be able to do this?
The guy planted an IED. They called them booby traps back then. My squad was on the left side of the road, and somebody tripped a wire, and I went up with that explosion.
Both couples are serving full-time missions in military relations. The Johnsons just arrived.
I'm really grateful that there are people here who can give us a lot of direction.
We help the young servicemen as they struggle from day to day. Having been there, we know we can tell them it'll get better.
For me, it's really kind of like a dream come true, coming back to a place where I know there's a lot of patriotism.
Pretty choked up when I think about them. I'm just grateful for what they're willing to do for all of us.
I'm feeling the spirit more. And I feel like we're making a difference.
Because of our love for church history and family history, we put on our little papers that we would love to go to a historic site.
Elder and Sister Dennis spend their days at the Mormon Battalion Historic Site.
So we have a shift that'll be about 6 hours long. Goes from about 9 to 3.
This is not a vacation, this is the work. And it is work. It is hard. Some days are long, but the weeks and the months just fly by.
They meet people from everywhere.
I think we kept track early on, and we had people from 45 different nations that came within a short period of time.
We call ourselves seed planters. No, we haven't had any baptisms. We don't have any glorious stories of miraculous things, but we've had some sweet experiences that has taught us that the Lord's hand is in this work.
Not far away, Elder and Sister Fife help run the California San Diego Mission Office.
I retired in May from teaching in high school, and I thought I wanted to wait a year
and to, get my feet on the ground, and I just felt like we needed to go now.
And it wasn't an easy thing to get ready. We had to really work hard at it, but it's the right thing to be doing.
Sister Fife is using her computer skills as mission secretary.
Keeping track of all the missionaries, their travel, their needs.
I take care of housing, I deliver mattresses, I pick up this, I do that, whatever needs to be done.
And there's flexibility.
And there's some days we've taken off the family and gone to Safari Zoo and different things like that.
They even have get-togethers with other senior couples.
Yeah, we'll be able to go back and say the greatest 18 months of our life was when we went on a mission.
It's a blast serving these young missionaries and then serving with the seniors.
Sister Kingsford also works in the mission office as assistant vehicle coordinator.
But I was never really interested in doing a full-time mission. So this kind of covers everything because I can still serve. I need a reason to leave the house every day.
She's single and lives at home.
And once you're retired, you're used to being busy, and all of a sudden you're not. And that's kind of what started the whole thing with the church service mission.
This is her third.
So every one I've done has been 2 days a week, 8 hours a day. You can still go on trips, go on vacations, but you're still serving. So there is no downside as I see it.
With our assignment with the Congolese refugees, we teach an English class 3 hours a day, and then we help them with whatever they need.
One of the things that really wanted to make me go was I wanted my wife to share the experiences that I had as a missionary.
The Ibsen's friends were in refugee camps in the Congo before coming to America.
They all have stories that break your heart, and these people have been in these refugee camps for 15 to 20 years, and they haven't had education.
That makes it tough to find jobs and pay the high rent.
But their children are getting a good education, and they say they're suffering now so their children can have a better life.
We've been able to take them on field trips, as we call them, to the zoo, to the ocean, even to the mountains in the snow, so they've never seen snow.
But I don't think I can love any more than I've come to love these people. I would just do anything for them.
Our main assignment is MLS, working with the Spanish-speaking branch. Of course, nobody tells you what to do. If we were waiting for somebody to tell us what to do, we're almost done with our mission and we'd still be waiting.
But you can fill your time with great things.
Sister Painter hadn't planned on learning Spanish, but she's working hard at it.
But I'm grateful for it now. I wasn't at first, I'm not going to lie. It was very difficult, but it's been a great blessing. But you're called where you need to be. Last year when we were here was the first time many of those young women had been to camp, and it was a great blessing to them, and we also saw that it was a great blessing to their parents.
So today they're doing service and a fundraiser to help them get ready for girls' camp this year.
We do a lot of visits. Branch members are very hardworking people and they work long hours.
And the Painters help with many other things on their mission. The call is permanent, but assignments can change at the mission president's discretion.
We love the people very, very much. They're great, and we've had some, I'd say, miraculous experiences with them.
Ready for an adventure? You have 30 different choices at home and across the world. More senior missions when we come back.
I'm Sister Redlin, and this is my husband, Elder Redlin. We are humanitarian missionaries in the Africa West area, and we're here in downtown Accra at a small bakery that we're doing a project with.
As you can see, there's a wide variety of things that senior missionaries can do, and there are many areas with a critical need for mature, experienced adults, both singles and couples, full-time and church service while you live at home.
It is a joy to work not only with the other service missionaries, but with the patrons and the volunteers that come and work with us.
Those opportunities are available at Bishop's storehouses, home storage centers, and the church's canneries and production facilities.
That's what this whole experience is about, is taking care of the Lord's children.
We had sent several children on missions and we were jealous.
Eleni and Ron Franklin's mission call came when they were out of the country. Their family opened it via Skype amid lots of noise.
Calm down, calm down. What did you say? Where were we called?
And we were very excited.
It was thrilling.
It read Member Leader Support in the England Leeds Mission.
I have gotten a lot of health issues resolved, which I probably would not have done otherwise, because I may not have even known about them. It was exciting to me because you could see a lot of the opportunities that were available and where they were available.
What makes it so wonderful is there's help, telephone help at church headquarters.
They've been gathering their missionary library and checking into prescriptions they'll need.
I'm kind of looking forward to 24 hours a day with her and studying the scriptures and going out and meeting people and serving in the church.
I don't think I have that much to offer, but I can listen and I can be a good example, I think. I will try to be a good example and whatever the Lord wants me to do.
Well, welcome to the Family Search Center.
And missions where you can help people find their ancestors at home or far away. Sister Mary works out of her house in Soldotna, Alaska.
It is wonderful nowadays with technology. I can help people all around the world with my phone and my computer.
And you can help preserve and digitize original family records in libraries and archives. Digitize and index books with family history information, or prepare images to be uploaded to Family Search.
It's like when you're looking for a pair of shoes and you find one that just fits just right.
Mike and Cindy Cosgrave's home is a constant reminder of their time serving in Africa, twice.
It just seemed to fit for us. It was an emotional experience for us.
First, they served in Accra as a senior couple.
I thought it'd be buggy and stuff. I had more flies in my kitchen this summer than I ever saw in Ghana.
And a year later, leading the Ghana Kumasi mission, they realized just how invaluable senior missionaries are.
They have a way of connecting with the people that you as a mission president have no time or means to be able to do.
You can just go, and you just go where the Lord will take you. I will just emphasize that again. He will put you where you need to be.
Ron and Carolyn Casteller had 3 concerns they had to resolve before serving a full-time mission.
It was the house, what we're to do with the house and the yard, our son who still lives with us, and a dog.
It all worked out, and these 2 nurses jetted off to the Philippines. They were assigned to the Missionary Recovery Center, the only one in the world.
When we got there, we were really ready to go home because we thought, oh my goodness, we can't do this.
But the mission president and his wife helped them.
Well, he said, I know everything about you, and you've been prayed here, and we want you to just go to work. And he says, make changes what you need to make changes, and so that's what we did.
I took care of mostly the psychological, emotional support of the missionaries as they lived with us in our little dormitory kind of area. And Ron, on the other hand, was in charge of getting them to the hospital or the hospitals that were there in the area for their appointments and for their surgeries and everything like that.
While the missionaries recovered, the Castellers kept them busy with various types of service in the area.
It was 24/7 for us. That was probably the hardest thing. As you well know, when you need help, he gives you blessings, and so you're able to weather the storm.
You can serve as a temple ordinance worker. With temples all over the world, you can see new places. Seniors who are single men may serve as church service missionaries at home. Single women can serve anywhere, including full-time missions.
Well, at my age, excuse the language, there's very little to do at home except go to funerals. So I decided I'd like to have a couple free Saturdays.
Sister Paige Humphrey was called to serve full-time at church headquarters.
We've raised our families. We've done everything we can for our husbands, and many of us are divorced. Many of are widowed, and we are fearful because we haven't been on our own before. Oh my goodness, we have a huge need. The Lord needs single sisters just like he needs mothers.
Inner city church service missionaries support local church leaders and help families by teaching self-reliance, assisting with welfare needs, and encouraging their spiritual progress.
It gives you the opportunity to build lasting, eternal relationships with these individuals and families.
This really is the work that the Savior would have us do.
Whether assisting those struggling with education, money, or employment, helping people recover from addiction, or lifting refugees to a better life, self-reliance missions are crucial.
I looked at the call and it said self-reliance, and I said, what's that?
And it is
bringing together the temporal and the spiritual in our lives.
Lynn and Lynette Pettit served in the Scotland-Ireland mission and Scandinavia, teaching leaders and members.
We both have teaching backgrounds, and we ended up creating presentations. Actually, we're in 5 different countries with 5, well, Irish isn't a foreign language, but
it felt
it's
like
close.
It.
It's close.
You can be involved in the church all your life, but there's just nothing like serving a mission.
So how did those prospective senior missionaries in San Diego feel after they got some information? You'll see when we come back.
Do you have concerns?
No, not anymore. I mean, the website gives all the answers.
Yeah. Whatever kind that is, we don't know yet. But I love that we have options.
Yeah, there's so much flexibility that is available to missionaries now. It looks very exciting. And
that would depend on my finances. So, I mean, I got all the information now.
But for us, it's quite a ways away. Yeah. But it really is good to start.
Because we're really young. We've already been told there are plenty of opportunities to serve with a special needs child.
And I love the fact that even though I don't have many skills, there's a place for me.
And those currently serving missions say they learn a lot about each other, even as seniors.
Since we work on a common goal, it's been fun to see how we can get that goal, make that goal, and do it together.
I've learned about my companion things I didn't know yet. After 43 years, I'm still learning about what a good woman she is.
I was able to see my husband in an entirely different light and to come to a whole level of respect and love for him.
Our reports we get from senior missionaries as we meet them in the field and as they come home is they're so grateful that they had the opportunity to go. And so we're looking to have a lot more come. We need more senior missionaries everywhere we go.
There's not ever going to be a perfect time.
It takes faith to go, that He will take care of your family.
I tell my kids I have to walk the talk.
When the time is right, it will come together.
Don't wait. Go now.
Because you'll be blessed beyond measure.
Just don't overthink it. Just take a leap of faith and do it.